And we're live with the post-Christmas podcast. We've been off for a couple days, which feels
it
like
feels
forever.
so much longer.
It really
than
does,
that.
since we did the three-way podcast with Mitch.
Yeah,
And that was
that was a good
before.
one.
And
that
so
was
much has
literally
happened since then, because that was before they fired.
That
it
was
literally
the
day before.
The day of.
Yeah, the
No,
day of or the day
the
before.
day of or the day before Dave Hacksaw got fired.
Dave
which is
Hacksaw was
crazy.
fired, and Carter Hart was called up.
Yes, and since then,
Yeah.
a lot has happened.
Which caught, I think, most of us are off guard that Hart came up right away, which also doesn't surprise me because Stoller also got hurt.
yes,
So they needed, it was an emergency kind of situation, but
right.
it's interesting to see because when I first saw that happening, because I guess we can kind of brush on that because we didn't really get to, but I thought for sure it would be like Neuvert starting, but no, right away Hart
they threw
starting,
Hart in,
and Neuvert just played the one game, their last game. That went in over. And
Hart played 3 games straight.
Yeah.
He won 2 of them right off the bat. A 3-2.
And even the one game where he lost, where he gave up a good amount, it was against Nashville.
Columbus, they lost.
Columbus.
Nashville, they won.
Right.
Detroit, the Detroit game, the Flyers won 3-2. He looked pretty.
Yeah. I think
he
looked
didn't
pretty
get
good.
tested as much.
Not a lot,
but he looked good.
Sure.
And
I
then the
think in all
Nashville
games,
came, and
like
oh my God, he looked superb in that game, especially during the 5-on-3 penalty kill. And towards the
that
end
was
of
the
the
game
game.
you went to,
I was
right?
at that game. Yeah.
You and Matt went to that.
Yes. Yeah, we were in the press box for that one, and that was a great game to be at. And oh my gosh, Carter Hart looked superb in that game. It was unreal.
Yeah.
And then you had the 4-3 loss to Columbus on the 22nd.
Even
that was
even that game where he gave up 4 goals, I feel like there might have been one goal where he could have.
I think there's one goal. I remember
back,
seeing the Anno saying like Hart should have had that.
Yeah, but the other ones that
right.
I feel like they were kind of hard to save. But even coming from that, this is better than I thought he would first coming.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just happy that Hart's up, and not only that, but he's been playing at an exceptional level.
You, like me and Mitch, I think, were skeptical of calling Hart up too early.
But unfortunately, the Flyers didn't have a choice at all.
Right.
They
and I feel like
literally had to.
He wanted to at some point.
Yeah.
Because Hart was doing well to begin with for the Phantoms.
Yeah. Well, at first he was struggling, but then he did turn it on.
Yeah, but like in the month of December, he turned it around.
Yeah, no, I got you now. But yeah, he was. But ever since like he first got to the Flyers development camp, he has been eyeing and waiting for this day to come for years. And
I think like in an interview, like in the rookie camp, his first rookie camp, he said he was going to make the Flyers this year.
Yeah, and right away, that's just everything you need to know about Carter Hart. His determination to make the team.
Yeah.
And now this is interesting because with what he's proving now, how... Because the Flyers are really going to have a goalie tandem because Brian Elliott and
well, the only thing is that's another thing that came up too. I don't think we really talked about it, but he kind of had to fall back a little bit.
He did. I almost forgot about that.
And the interview that Fletcher did for after the interim hiring of him. He was saying how he was like a week-to-week thing, but he's not really sure. At least it was said he wasn't playing until the end. At least, not coming back until the very earliest, the beginning of the year. But he was or the end of the year.
But still, let's see here. So you have Brian Elliott. Whenever he comes back, you have Michael Neuver. Eventually, Anthony Stollers will come back, and actually a little update about him.
He's probably just going to go down.
Stollers. Scott Gordon, and there's also information on Sam Morin.
Yeah,
Morin. Let's see here. The Flyers took the ice for morning skate after flying in this morning, and Morin did make the trip, but last said a couple weeks ago, February was still his targeted return. Not only that, Scott Gordon says he's still a ways away, but his workload will be ramped up soon, which is encouraging. Yeah. On both Anthony Stollers and Brian Elliott, Stoley is better than first initially thought. Brian is rehabbing. I can't talk.
Rehabbing.
Words. That's all I have. I don't have a timetable or anything. So it sounds like Stollers is catching a break.
Yeah.
Because he was initially listed as 2 to 4 weeks, and now my guess is maybe only 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks maximum.
We got internet.
Yeah, finally.
this is off air shit that happened right before we got on.
Yep.
I was having internet technical difficulties, but it's not affecting how we're
So much
podcasting.
fun.
So it doesn't affect you guys at all, but it does for me because now I can actually bring shit up.
Woo!
But anyways, yeah. But now the thing is, because everyone's now going to say how it affects his maturity or his
Right.
progression into the NHL.
Well,
And I think the head on him coming in of when he first came in of I want to make this team is kind of a good thing, and now it's just kind of on him and how he kind of
it really is because
does with this time, because it would appear because obviously the Phantoms head coach has seen a lot from Carter Hart more than any of the other Flyers.
Exactly.
Even more than probably Ron Hextall
for
the amount of times he went down there, but he saw him most.
Yeah, because Gordon literally saw him play every
that's
single
his
night, and that guy, yeah.
Yeah, Scott Gordon.
And there you but and honestly, regardless of how Flyers fans felt on supporting,
honestly, most Flyers fans were like, "I want to see Carter Hart."
Yeah, but the only
because most of them probably thought it was the last year, anyways.
Yeah,
because of how poorly they were doing.
But here's my take. So, a lot of people that truly follow the Flyers, whether you're a diehard fan or an analyst, and truly understand the needs of the team, you should have a very similar opinion to what I'm going to say right now. And I mentioned this a little briefly earlier, is no matter how you felt about Carter Hart, like obviously everyone loves the kid. He's going to be great for the organization. It's just the Flyers were literally forced to call him up. They didn't have a choice, just like how Peter Mrazek was traded here to Philadelphia from Detroit last year because there's too many injuries.
Which is why they didn't really get anything, or Detroit really didn't get much in return.
Exactly.
I think they got like one pick.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it might have been like a third or fourth, something like that. I don't know.
I want to say it was conditional third, I think.
Maybe.
But then the good news is that yes, although you're throwing him into the fire and everything, the only reason it's good is because you get his feet wet with the NHL. You have him.
You gave him a very hard challenge in the Nashville Predators.
Yes,
he
did.
only let one goal by. I know they didn't have Subban and they're hurt, but that's still a good team without them.
That's remarkable. That's remarkable. Not only that, but the 5-on-3 he faced in the one point in the game, I think it was the third period, and towards the very end of the third period, huge scramble on front, and Hart stood on his head. But I think this is,
Has there been anything said about if he's starting tonight?
No, Neuvert's starting. It's been confirmed.
Damn.
I know.
I guess because the Lightning. I don't know.
I guess, but if he can take on Nashville, why not?
Or hurt Nashville, but still. That's
true.
That's the only thing you can put
that's
against
fair.
Nashville at that.
Because they didn't have Subban, Arvidsson. Speaking of which, both those guys
are back,
and now Yannick Weber is on the IR.
Yeah.
So the Preds cannot shake that injury bug quite yet.
Did they play Pecorino? I think they did.
On the Flyers? Yeah, they did.
They did. That's what I thought.
And then Voracek and Giroux with the goals for Philadelphia.
Which,
and Nick Bonino for the lone goal for Nashville.
I mean, out of all the games that Neubert started to, he only let 2 goals by against
and he looks...
I'm fine with that.
He looks pretty strong against New York, from what I've heard.
You have to get him some starts, too.
You do.
And I feel...
Because you can't force too many games for Hart.
That's the one thing I want from Scott Gordon, because I don't think... Unfortunately, Flyers fans, I don't think we're getting Q.
I don't think
so
either.
At least for this year.
I think
remains to see what happens next year.
Honestly, I'm...
But seeing how well the Flyers are playing now...
Right. I kind of like the fact that Gordon's the head coach for the remainder of the season. I really think...
have you noticed the young guys, mainly...
Are getting more ice time.
Sanheim's getting more ice time because he's seen him.
Not only that, but he's actually playing in critical times of the third period.
Yeah. And obviously this is stemmed from... Or Hextall did this right at the end, but he put Sanheim with Provorov. Too.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I don't hate that pairing.
No, I think it's a strong pairing. Offensive style in Sanheim and then defensive.
You put Ghost with Haig, and then you have McDonough with Judas.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
I'm good with that.
Which is weird because that's another thing, because Scott Gordon has since been hired since we last talked.
Yeah.
And the one thing that's been interesting is that you can't take the pregame skate seriously, or even the warm-ups for how he the lineups.
You really
I don't know if
cannot.
that's just a way for the team they're playing against to kind of re-strategize during the game, or what. That's my thinking of why he does it.
I'm not entirely sure. I do like the fact that he does it.
Yeah.
Because you're on your toes.
Never sure
like,
what you're...
You really aren't. I think that's an interesting strategy for sure, but at the same time, it's... I don't know. Just
it's ballsy, but...
Yeah, it's... Yeah. It's just interesting. One of these days, you're going to say, why is McDonald on the top left wing with Giroux? Something's not right here.
That almost happened with Patrick at the center.
Yeah.
I think at one point, but that didn't happen. Because I think that's, at that moment, I think that's a solid first line. Or the first line he's going with is the JVR, Konechny, and
Giroux. Yeah, so all the lines look the same. So that is the top line. Wayne Simmons, Sean Couturier, Jake Voracek, second line. Scott Law and Noam Patrick, Michael Raffle, the third line.
That line has looked great.
And look at this. Dale Weiss, right wing. Oscar Lindblom, left wing. And Phil Veroni on centering that line on fourth line, which he's still playing. Yeah. And he scored.
So I mean, that's another thing that's happened since I think we last.
Yuri Laterra is getting in trouble with the cocaine incident.
I think there's still an investigation going on NHL-wise, but
yes,
that's
but like for like the Finnish police or whatever it is, Laterra is going to get in trouble for that.
Which is I don't know what the Flyers do with that.
I honestly,
other than what they're doing is probably sit him.
Right, and that makes sense. You know.
Mm-hmm. The only other option is to buy him out, but he's done for this year. So
right.
Doing that where you can just sit him in the press box.
Exactly. Literally every night. Just sure it's gonna be a pain. Or what you could. I don't know if you could. What you could always do is just send him down to the Phantoms.
You could, sure.
But then the thing about this way, because in case like someone else gets hurt for some reason, could he technically play?
He's not suspended.
No? Yeah, so he could technically play.
He's not suspended under America and Canada. I guess you can also put them
right
because they also not anymore, but they also travel to Canada, at least Western Canada. But they still travel to Canada. But out of those two regions, he's not arrested.
That's true. So theoretically, he could play if a player gets hurt.
Yeah.
So it's either keep him up just for that purpose and only play him.
And honestly, he hasn't even when he's been playing. I think it's been a question mark all season for the Flyers.
Oh, I agree
with
with
why
that.
Most of the times when he does play, it's only been a handful of minutes.
Right.
Because obviously, Chuck Fletcher has nothing in any of these guys.
Yeah.
And obviously no trade happened either.
No.
Because there was rumors going around that there possibly might be a trade.
Sam said they might try. Fletcher sounded like he might get a goalie.
Yeah, trying to get a trade before the
and one of their trade candidates, before we go back to the Flyers, was Craig Anderson, but he's actually been diagnosed with a concussion and will miss at least 2 games. So if the Flyers are looking at him as a veteran trade option, it's assumed that the Flyers would want to put off that trade until he's fully recovered.
That, and I feel like you might have to give up a lot for Toronto lose their number 1 goalie.
Toronto.
Oh, Frederick. I thought you said Frederick Anderson.
Sorry, Craig Anderson.
Craig Anderson. Sorry, I thought you said Frederick Anderson. I got confused there.
Very good.
I heard something completely different.
You heard Anderson.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
honestly, I think at the moment, if you still want to stick with Hart, I'm fine with it because he's maybe better option. But
I think
even after this, the next couple games after Tampa Bay, they play Florida, then Carolina. Carolina's doing
better.
Yeah, they're only a point above Philadelphia. So then they play Nashville again, then Carolina again, then Calgary and St. Louis. So if you want to give them some challenges, you can.
Yeah.
But there's nothing against these teams, but not the hardest.
Right.
Obviously, Florida does have some firepower. He would have to deal with Hoffman.
And Jonathan Huberdeau.
Sure.
Along with, there's one other.
Yeah.
Aaron Ekblad.
Yeah. Still, those aren't like easy challenges.
Right. No,
either,
I agree.
So.
The Tampa Bay. Well, I know Neuvert's getting the start on this one. Still, Tampa Bay's a
Who
tough
knows?
team.
Maybe that'd be a question mark too.
That's a good point. That's a really.
I
good
doubt
point.
that, but because he hasn't done it with goalies yet. But you never know.
Do you want to save our predictions for the rest of the month and going to January a bit for later, or do you
I
wanna
was
do
going to
that?
do it a little later.
That's fine. We can do that later. Let's get into World Juniors for a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so there was 4 games going on last night. The Czech Republic beat Switzerland 2-1. USA beat Slovakia in their opening game 2-1 as well. Finland lost to Sweden 2-1. And then, so everything was 2-1 except for the Canada-Denmark game. Guess what that score was?
A lot to a little.
Oh, yeah. 2 touchdowns and a shutout. So 14-0 Canada. Morgan Frost put on quite the show, Flyers fans, as he had a hat-trick and 2 assists. He also, and the hat-trick that he scored came in within the first 22 minutes, and to be exact, it was the first 21 minutes and 50 seconds of the opening game. You also had Maxime Comtois, who became the 5th Canadian in history to score 4 goals in a World Juniors game. So that's a lot of firepower there. So between Comtois and Frost, that's 7 of. Let's see. I just had it. Sorry. That's literally half their goals between those 2 players. That's insane.
What also is insane is this is his first time being on a national team.
Yes.
And also, the only reason why we're kind of talking about this is the Flyers have 7 prospects in the World Junior Championship this year.
Yep.
Including Americans, for once. They've got 3 Americans.
Woo!
And another goalie, too.
Yeah, and one of those goalies, Samuel Arison, he was superb last night, or sometime yesterday with Switzerland against Finland. He stepped up huge to nail down the win in net, and that was a tweet as said by Bill Meltzer.
Oh, that's cool.
What's that?
Because I'm on the World Junior Championship website, you can actually click on the team and then go to their jersey. There's like a home and away click.
I still hate Team USA's jerseys. They're awful.
Yeah.
And just they're just remarkably god awful. They're awful. They're horrible and awful combined.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Oh, I know.
I like Canada's jerseys though.
Yeah.
I want to see Finland's. Those aren't bad. So there's more games going on tonight. Day 2 of I think it's the preliminary rounds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You have Denmark versus Russia. That's a 4 o'clock start, so that starts within an hour Eastern time. Sweden against Slovakia at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Canada against Switzerland, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And Finland against Kazakhstan. I can't pronounce these words. 10 o'clock tonight. And then
who knew Kazakhstan had a team?
I did not know this. And then you have the teams that actually no. The only teams that aren't playing tonight play tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Team USA and Czech Republic play tomorrow, but Czechs play Russia and United States plays Kazakhstan. So, yeah.
But even though they have like the worst team in Kazakhstan, they probably have the harder
Can't
group.
be any better.
The US does.
Can't be any worse than Denmark's team. They lost 14-0 to Canada.
True, but it's Canada.
That's fair. And these guys are playing Finland, so it'd be a good test.
But I'm just saying because I'm pretty sure if you're going between Denmark versus Kazakhstan, I mean,
Denmark would probably still win because I don't even know if there's any active players in the NHL from Kazakhstan.
I think I even asked Mitch this and he didn't even know. But yeah, because Sweden and US are going to be, and even Finland I'd probably put in there too. Would probably do well for the Group B, which is in the Americas, and then in Canada they have Czech Republic, Russia, who hasn't played yet.
Oh my gosh!
Swiss.
Listen to
and
this. So there has been in NHL history, there's been 10 total Kazakhstan NHL players.
And there's no more Belarus.
Yes. Yeah, and none of these guys I've ever heard of because they've all played in the 70s or 80s, so that's why. But no, I was just curious. It's pretty awesome, though.
So this year you will not hear, what's his name? Maxim Shushko.
No.
Yeah.
You will not.
Because they got relegated.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's kind of something to look forward to for at least until the 5th, because my birthday is the gold medal game.
Oh, nice. There you go.
But nice, like, from, like, New Year or Christmas to, like, New Year's, right around there.
Yep, absolutely.
A little after, obviously, but to get used to watching hockey while there's still a little break and everything. And to kind of look at the Flyers prospects that aren't up yet or not on the Phantoms that you might want to be interested in seeing. Mainly Frost, but still.
True.
Or the guys the Flyers just drafted in this past draft, like Joe O'Brien and Joel Farabee.
Yep, and honestly, I'm happy that Jay O'Brien made Team USA because I really didn't think he was going to make the team because of his injuries.
Yeah.
But, hey, to be fair, he made the team.
The Flyers could have had 8, but unfortunately Isaac Rifles did not make the team.
But I'm glad to see O'Brien making the team and also glad to see Farabee. One player I've been very, very excited about, Adam Ginning.
Yes.
For Sweden. He is he's going to be a great defenseman for the Flyers, I think, eventually. Yes. He logged 17 minutes and 29 seconds of total of time on the ice in their first game. So he logged up quite a lot of minutes, which is good to see. But I'm very excited for that, and hopefully he has a great long future. Other news, I forgot to mention this earlier, within the Flyers organization for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, to be exact, Kerry Huffman is being named the Phantoms head coach for the rest of the season. Also, the Phantoms are welcoming back Terry Murray as the Phantoms' new assistant coach. Well, I should say old, but you know what I mean. So that's there. And then Michael Neuwirth, of course, is getting the start tonight for the Flyers. The defense pairings we did not go over. They include Provorov and Sanheim, Gudis and McDonald, and Gosper and Haig. Gosper.
Gosper has looked better the past couple of
years.
He
has.
Too.
I think, again, that fresh voice within, with a new GM and a new head coach,
why the Flyers are
and
doing
a couple
well at the moment.
assistant coach or two, assistant GM. I think that really helps shape up the locker room to, obviously they're going to have to because. Excuse me.
And obviously, a lot of these guys, like Lindblom and even Lawton at time, or Scott Gordon, has seen.
Yes.
So he knows what these guys have.
Exactly. And
so he knows the younger guys, and he already knows what the veteran guys can bring.
Exactly. And that's something that I absolutely love about Scott Gordon is because he knows what these young players are capable of.
Yeah.
Not only that, but as much as I would like for Joe Quenneville to come to Philadelphia, I think it's more likely that Scott Gordon stays put as the head coach for the Philadelphia Flyers, and I'm okay with that, actually.
At first, I'd say he's giving him till the end of the year.
That's for sure.
If you're saying it now, how the Flyers are playing, sure.
Yeah.
But say in like 2 weeks, the Flyers are struggling again, people are going to be on his case. I want Q. So it's kind of
because I'm fine with.
And even then, he might just wait and see how he comes out of the rough, because it's going to happen again at some point.
Yeah.
Because you got some testers at the beginning of January, obviously tonight, but because you play Nashville and then Washington, so you get your first look at Tom Wilson.
Lovely.
Yay. Yeah, there's a lot of good games in January.
Yeah, there really
Winnipeg, you got Capitals, you got the Bruins coming to town. The Stars. Get to see Johnny Hockey again.
Woo!
But I guess since I'm looking at this, you want to kind of look at give our predictions of...
Yeah, let's go for it.
How far do you want to go? Like the middle of January, or...
I think that's what we typically do.
Want to go to the...
So first things first, hold on, let me...
To the New Jersey game or to the Montreal game?
Hold on, so we still got to go over the final 3 games of
the Flyers also have
the calendar year.
January too.
3, 4, 5.
Which I still think is dumb.
Let's get in New Jersey because that's so including the final 3 games of the of 2018. That gives us 7 games into 2019. So that's a total of 10 games. Okay. And then there's 6 left in this after that in the month of January. So want to do that?
Okay.
Cool. So starting off tonight's game,
I'm gonna
7:30 between the Philadelphia Flyers at Amalie Arena in Tampa Bay against the Lightning. The Lightning are 28-7-2 with 58 points. The Flyers 15-16-4 with 34 points. 7:30 start, NBC Sports Philadelphia, and on the radio 93.3 WMMR. What is your prediction, Witmer?
The Flyers are going to get destroyed. What should have happened last time, but except for without the comeback.
Yeah.
And not overtime, not getting a point. Because I don't know how Neubert's going to do it.
Yeah, they got so lucky last game they played. They had no...
Because that's the only thing that people were the only thing people talked about after the game is the fact the Flyers came back.
Yeah.
Not the fact that they scored 3 power play goals, the Lightning, and also that they had such a big lead. Also, another thing, the Flyers' PK has actually looked better too.
It has.
The power play scored a couple times too. I don't think it's really changed much of where they are at the league-wise of things, but I will look that up right now.
So 5 things for tonight's game from NHL.com. So, leading scorers for both teams, the Flyers, Claude Giroux, no surprise, 12 goals, 30 assists for 42 points. Nikita Kucherov, 16 goals, 41 assists with 57 points. Dude, it's crazy.
The Flyers' power play is actually worse percentage-wise, or worse-wise, like team-wise and everything, than league-wise than their power play.
That's crazy.
Or PK, because their power play is 29th and their PK is 27th.
Whew. Slowly but surely getting there. But dude, it's crazy, though, for Kucherov. He has almost as many assists as Giroux does in points. That's absurd.
Yes, it is. He's a little good.
Just a little bit. Tonight is the 4th.
He's also second at points.
That's
2 points
true.
behind Rantanen.
Rantanen is tearing it up.
He's another one I feel like, I don't know why they didn't bring up for the Hart
trophy last year?
Yeah.
He's a rookie this year, I think.
Kucherov.
Oh, Kucherov. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Rantanen. But
Hart,
Kucherov.
Because the thing on him was probably the same thing for Giroux was, well, he plays with Stamkos, so that's why he's so good, or why his points are like this. But still, this is his second year putting up good amount of points.
All right, I'll put it this way. So the Hart Trophy finalists last year were Hall, who won it, and
let's see last year.
I think Hall definitely would deserve.
Yeah, Kucherov was third in points last year with 100, 2 points behind Giroux.
Yeah. So I think is Hall, Kopitar, and McKinnon as the finalist. Hall won it. Kopitar had no business being in that nomination at all.
I would have put McDavid in there.
I would have put McDavid, Giroux, or Kucherov, one of those three players. McKinnon, you could easily argue for. Sure. Hall, he obviously won it, but I think.
But the only reason why Hall won is because he's the only guy on New Jersey and they made the playoffs.
Yes. Technically, the Flyers should either Kucherov or Giroux for the Flyers should have been a finalist then, because Giroux led the Flyers to the playoffs, and they technically, because they played more playoff games, Giroux lasted longer
Yeah.
Giroux's team lasted longer than Hall's team in the playoffs. So theoretically, should he be a finalist then?
Yeah, if you're going that way.
Yeah.
Which is weird is that Ransom has 59 points
I know.
already.
Ransom is just
and 43
phenomenal.
goals. Tied with Blake Wheeler.
43 goals?
Yeah.
Dang.
Or assists, sorry. Ovechkin leads in goals, 29.
Okay.
I got the goals and assists.
Okay. I was like, hold on.
Ovechkin has 29, and then 3 behind him is Skinner. Then Landeskog. Tied with Tavares. But anyways, back to tonight's game.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a
blowout.
5-2 Tampa Bay win. I don't think they put hard in. I don't think.
It's definitely going to be Neuvert.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your goal scorers?
Give me a second. I say Stamkos has 2.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Callahan will get a goal.
Callie.
If he's playing.
Nice.
I think he's playing, yeah. Callahan will get a goal, and Kucherov will get a goal.
I'm not surprised that Kuch would get a goal.
I said 4.
That's 4, yeah, because Kuch, Stammer with 2, and then...
And Hedman will get a goal on the power play.
Why not?
For the Flyers, I'll say Ghost and Raffle.
There you go. Just a little info about tonight's game as well. Matthew Joseph for Tampa Bay is not playing tonight, but he's getting closer. He can come off the IR anytime as soon as Saturday's game. However, they would need to make a move to create room, so they would rotate. So rotating 8 defensemen may end soon. So for me, let's see here, my predictions.
Oh, yeah. The Flyers will probably see Danick Martel, too.
They could. He had an unbelievable move for his first career NHL point. He did a spinorama around a guy for a backwards pass, kind of.
Yep.
I forgot who scored the goal, unfortunately, but and that was a beautiful set. I think it's Cedric Paquet who got the goal on Martel's first career NHL assist and point, but it was amazing goal or amazing setup, I should say. I'm going to say 3-2 Flyers actually with this one. They're gonna come out because I think they're gonna beat this team. Travis Konechny, according to Sam Corchini's article on Philly.com, has a great quote here from TK saying, "quote They're a good team, but they've been beaten this year too, right? We're not just looking at them like they're this unstoppable super team. We know we have a good team here, and we're building a consistent game here. We just have to keep it going tonight. They're definitely going to be a great challenge for us, but I'm looking at the positive side. I'm not going in being already,
Only 9 times. They've only lost 9 times.
Yes. I'm coming in looking at it that we're going to give them a good run here, end quote. So
the least amount of losses.
So I love what TK's doing here. He's trying to put himself and the team in a positive mindset. I think it's great. Yes, they haven't been before, but like you just mentioned, literally only 9 times this entire year. That's unreal.
7 losses in regulation, only 2 in
overtime or a shootout. Yeah. My God. And
they're 9-0-1 in their last 10.
How has this team has not won the Stanley Cup yet?
They're undefeated in a shootout too, 3-0.
I honestly, Tampa has to win the cup within the next 3 years and has to go.
Also different from last game than this game is Vasilevsky's probably going to be starting.
Yes, he is,
because he's back. Last time they didn't have to face him.
Yeah, they had
their backup. Give me a second.
It's bugging me. I can't remember his name. I don't know. It's at my tongue. Louis Domingue? I believe so. So my prediction is 3-2.
Who's actually older than Vasilevsky by 2 years.
Only 2. Wow. I feel like Domingue's been in the league for quite some time. So 3-2 Flyers win. One of the players to watch out for tonight, according to the 5 things, for Philadelphia is James Van Riemsdyk. I think he has what it takes and could.
Did he say
get
he scores?
I think he will. I think he'll score a goal and get an assist tonight. Let's see here. Says goal for JVR. I think Travis Konechny will also get a goal. And that's where the assist comes from. So 2 goals right there alone from that top line. And the third goal for the Flyers, empty net from Travis Sanheim.
Okay.
Nikita Kucherov will, in fact, get a goal along with Braden Point.
Okay.
And Steven Stamkos will have a 2-assist game. So there's that there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now
let's move on to
the remaining schedule, which is 2 other games of the calendar year in 2018.
I think the Flyers go 1-1-1.
1-1-1. I think they'll go 2-1.
I see tomorrow they lose in a shootout. Or not tomorrow.
Saturday?
Saturday.
Yes, so... Okay. And then they beat Carolina in regulation, probably. So I'm saying they'll beat Tampa Bay in Carolina, but will lose to Florida.
Okay. They lost to them once. So.
Let's see here. All right, January 1st.
Turning over the year.
New Year's Day. Nashville, 8:30.
And the 7 games. How do we see this going?
The remaining 7. How about this? Give yourself some time to kind of review the schedule to yourself. Then we'll announce our
That's
predictions.
what I'm doing now.
Okay, perfect.
This is probably terrible for listeners.
Yes, it is. They're like, come on, what's happening? They're thinking, did the podcast stop? Don't worry, we haven't stopped yet. We're just thinking for a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, you can go.
I say 4-2-1.
Which games do you have the Flyers winning, and which games do you have them losing?
I say they lose in overtime against Dallas.
Interesting.
I think they're going to lose in regulation against Nashville because I don't think you can beat no choice, and also against Washington. I think you can beat the rest. I think you can beat Carolina, Calgary. You could have. You blew it. New Jersey and St. Louis, because St. Louis is a train wreck just like the Flyers were.
Yes. So 4-2-1?
Yeah.
So your total record for the remainder of the year and until January 12th, 2019 will be 5-3-2.
5-3-2. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
I forgot I had another shootout loss.
Okay, so my record going into 2019 is 2-1 for my prediction, with the Flyers being Tampa and Carolina, but losing to Florida. So it's 2-1. I have them actually beating Nashville again, losing to Carolina. 2, I want to say.
Oh, it's going to be a national game, isn't it? Probably.
For which one?
I'm thinking either Nashville or Washington. Just looking at the times when the games are.
Probably
8:30.
So 3-2 up until that Carolina game. Calgary, they're beating. This is gonna hurt. They're gonna lose to St. Louis, and then they'll sweep out the rest of the game. So they're gonna beat Washington, Dallas, and New Jersey.
I wonder what happens with those 2 games. Who would they feel Carter Hart Who would they feel Carter Hart would be more comfortable against? Because you already have a couple games under his belt, obviously.
And against
Washington.
Yeah.
And Washington, or home against St. Louis.
I think either way, you can go wrong there.
Yeah.
So in total, my predictions will be, some are at 2-1 going into 2019. 7-3.
Okay.
For the final stretch run for the calendar year into January 12th, 2019. So then, what would that make yours? The remaining 3 games in 2019 so far, within the first 2 weeks.
For that, I had 1-1-1. So
okay. It's like 6-2-2 or something like that.
Five. 2-2.
Sorry, 5-2.
5-2-2.
Okay, so there's 9 games.
No, I'm missing 1. 3. I have been losing 3 games. The game tonight, and then
There is 10 games. Sorry, 10 games. So I'm going like 7-3, and then you are going 5-2-2.
Mm-hmm.
No, 5-3-2 or 5-2-3.
5-3-2.
5-3-2. Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So I'm about 500.
And
I had the Flyers going about 500.
And then I have the Flyers just going on a pretty smoking hot run here for a little while.
And being some good teams.
And being some good teams while
and then
we're
losing
at
St. Louis.
Yes. So we'll see what happens, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but hockey is back again.
Thank God. The roster freeze is officially over. Teams can now make trades
Which then
again.
makes you think, then the Flyers play 3 weeks, and then you have a dumb bye week, which is dumb. But that just means a little month away after the Flyers outdoor game against Pittsburgh, trade deadline, February 24th.
Literally 2 days after the trade deadline, or after the outdoor game is the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what goes on from there.
Yep, whether there's a trade beforehand or not. I guess it depends on factors, but we'll obviously keep you updated. Keep doing podcasts. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff got podcasting equipment, so
I did.
Look out for his podcast.
Yeah, so I gotta
at you soon.
Created a Twitter page and everything.
Yeah, and a name if you've named it yet.
I have not.
Yeah.
I did a test run yesterday with my equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do some more testing with it just to see which what I like best and everything, and I'll let you know how it goes. So hopefully before you know it, that will be underway.
Yep.
I'll have to get you on there.
Yeah. I'll be sure to link it for when we post this. So.
For sure, man.
Yep. But until our next one, see you.